Alright, as far as the wiring diagram, let's start with the front here. Let me see, let me zoom this in a little bit. Now, okay. Now, like I said, you got your running lights, which is these. These are your running lights, and these are your signals. Now, I got a diagram of the front forks here, and I'm going to just start with the signals and running. Now, pretty much on your running lights, they all ran together. I got a power wire running from the rear to the front, which is right here. Alright? And I got a wire just running from here to here. These two with the button connectors. So I can disconnect whenever I feel like it on each side. Everything has button connectors on, so I can disconnect. But it's just basically a wire running from here to here. And then the power wire splices into it. And the two rear marker lights splices into that one wire. These two here. So you got three setup. Now, this is how it works. Alright. This is a pretty rough draft, but what I have here, let me zoom this back, is the diagram of the front. This is how it works. And once you get your bracket set out, as you notice that my running lights on the bracket. Now this bracket is, so these would be running lights. Let's just put an R in there. And these are signals. Alright, that's how it works. Give me a second here. Basically, now, as I told you, these lights are grounded when you bolt them. When you bolt them in, they automatically grounds. And then they got to run a wire, just a single wire, on these LEDs. And typically, basically all I did is ran my power wire from the back, and it comes down like this. So let's say right here is where alright, and I just took this wire, button connected, put a button connector on these two short pieces of wire that comes on the light. Put your button connect, and then after you connect that in, you just run it like this. If that makes sense. See, this will be your power run from the back. And once you splice into that, that automatically powers it. You don't need a ground because it grounds to the metal when you bolt them in. Alright? And you don't have to, but what I did is the two running lights in the rear has a wire running in the frame that actually splices in on each side, which is what I was just showing you. Now, let me walk you through that. Let me get back over here. Give me a second. Alright. Close up view. As you can see, you got your running light. Now this stuff is black. So I put my butt in, connect it here, my tip. This here is just a piece of wire that runs across. Now as far as the power wire go, you can buy these little pieces. These come in little kits that you can get from Walmart, little wiring kits, usually for wiring up systems. And basically, this basically clamps into the wire. So you don't have to really cut the wire. You just put this piece on the end, and they clamps in. So the wire that for the rear, like I said, you don't have to necessarily do this. Pretty much, it's probably hard to see this, but see how it runs down. And like I said, I drilled a hole, ran it through the tubing because I don't want wires running everywhere. But it runs all the way down through this tubing, comes out here, and then it drops down here, and then you got your button connected for the rear, and it's grounded to the metal with the base brackets that I was telling you about. Okay, and the power wire itself, now I got this taped up, but just follow me here. It runs around like that. It goes into this little hole here. Give me a second here. Where is it? Alright, let me get over here. You got a little hole where it runs in, and that runs down this bar. Like I said, I just didn't want everything running on the outside. And it comes out. Let me get on the other side here. Right here under the seat. Comes out of this hole right here in the seat, and then it just runs. Now we're trying to keep it kind of clean. So if you look here, just imagine all those wires are running on the outside. It'd be a lot messier. So the main wires I tucked through the frame just to keep it kind of clean, because I had enough cables and stuff that's running everywhere, and they get kind of tied to each other. Alright, then it runs up this frame, zip tied, under this box, up in a little hole that comes up to this box, and then this wire here just runs around and connects to the power. And the ground wire runs down, comes out of the box, and it actually grounds to the C post, which is what I was showing. And all you have to do then is wire a fuse. You want to make sure you keep a fuse on all your systems here. Now, a lot of times you can buy the little pieces of wire that comes with a fuse in, a 15 amp fuse or something like that. If you're running a 12 volt system, maybe 10. And when you hit, now actually, once that power wire comes up through this frame, comes out, what it does, it goes to this toggle switch. So when the power out from the battery comes up, goes to this toggle switch. The other side is what you was looking at on the front. So it comes out of the toggle switch down to here, which is what we was looking at. This wire here, that comes from the toggle switch. That's why it's taped up. So whenever I hit this toggle switch now, so that's the switch for your system. If you don't put a switch in it, then as soon as you connect it to the battery, it's just going to come on and stay on. So you run the wire from the front, however you want to do it. I don't even know what kind of bike you have, and run it up to the switch, to your toggle switch. So it comes down to the frame, goes up to the toggle switch. Other side comes out of the toggle switch, goes down to the front here, which is this one right here. Then you got your horseshoe wire, which is what I was showing you on the diagram. So you have your toggle switch, however you mount that. The wire from the rear run to the toggle switch. The other side will run down, just hang down. Horseshoe shaped wire for your 2 running lights, and then the ones from the rear, you can just splice them in, however you do that. And once you hit your toggle switch, that's your running lights. Now, let me set up for the high and low beams, and then we do the signal.